That's
So speaking of data, I hear Australia sucks at it. Right, Jules? Get right up to your microphone.
Ooh.
Whoa. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
That's true. If you thought we were safe, we have a good, strong defense force, you might be wrong.
Aliens are among us.
They are.
But
But yes, it's true. Our actual defense force, the Australian Defence Force, got hacked.
Oh, was it the Russians?
you're so clickbaity.
But
with
it's
that
like...
with that intro.
Keep going.
No, it wasn't the Russians.
Well, you don't know
There
that.
is some speculation that it could be the Chinese.
Oh, those cheeky Chinese.
I heard it was a
Gotta
guy
know.
named Alf.
Yes, they are calling
What?
the hacker Alf from a guy in Home and Away. I could not find the correlation between the two.
They just called him that.
Alf.
Just because.
Did you see that picture from their presentation where it shows how he got in and out? And it's like a picture of Alf from Home and Away, and then all this like flowchart showing the way into the system and then the way out, and then it's Alf in his hat.
That's so funny.
It's great.
But yeah, basically,
Wait.
yes.
You know what they're calling this event? This
Alf
hacking?
Gate.
No.
Alf's Super Happy Fun Times.
That's correct. Yes, I heard this.
Yeah.
What?
Apparently, if you work at the Australian Signals Directorate,
Yes. That.
you are a nerd.
DS.
ASD.
ASD.
Close.
Yeah,
Alf's super happy fun times.
One of the reasons why they say it got hacked is because somebody didn't update their password.
Oh.
They had, well, basically the hacker got in through. This is hilarious.
Not in the diner part.
This.
I think he's just getting angry at someone.
Anyway.
I feel
He's
like
always
you're
getting
watching. I
angry.
feel like you're watching the spoof where someone tells him not to like. It's very
not,
funny.
It's not in a diner, though.
Anyway.
The other one is in the diner. It's two of them.
So yeah, what the hacker did was he got in through a subcontractor small company who does some work for the defense force.
I don't think
They are a few levels down from the actual defense contractor.
So did they actually get into defense's computers, or did they just get onto the contractor's computers?
just onto the contractor's
Yeah,
computer?
okay.
So he said that he had a bit of sensitive information. However, they're saying it's not classified. Anybody could hear that if they had asked for it. However, the guy whose computer got hacked said that it's pretty detailed information that he had. So you could actually zoom in on different.
Enhance.
You can zoom, enhance. You can all of that.
Pinch.
Pinch
Wiggle,
the screen.
double tap.
Yep.
The
and
example they
see-
said was like it's a ship design, and you could tell how far apart the
distance.
captain's chair was
Ooh.
from the navigators.
That's correct. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
pretty detailed.
That's pretty deep.
So back to him not updating his password. They said he had the default password.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The admin password was admin. The
Admin,
guest
admin.
password was guest.
You're kidding.
Which I thought was the funniest.
The defense force.
No,
The
a
defense
contractor.
force.
There are 4,000
Contractor forwarded.
subcontractors to the defense force.
Yeah.
Still.
So my question is, do we have, like, obviously they defend us via air and sea and land. Are they defending us via cyber attacks?
Doesn't sound
Is
like
there a cyber defense force?
It sounds like they just hire random people.
Sounds like it. Who don't update their passwords. Good on you, matey.
It wasn't the defense force that hired this guy. This is a company. It was described as a 50-strong
Correct.
aerospace company, so a pretty small company. We had one IT guy who'd been there for 9 months, so it's incredibly unfair because like I work for a defense contractor, and it's
He
like
was one of those. Have you
no,
updated
but it's
your
like
password?
it's very it's really hard to like keep all this data secure. It's like there's so many different systems that you use and all that stuff. To have one person who's been there for 9 months to look after all of that is insane.
Mhm.
Like, and like even when they presented it, the ASD was like, it's silly to have just one guy in charge of this.
Yeah. They
You
said
can't keep track of this many systems.
So, Jono, tell us your password and
No.
and tell us why it's secure.
But I would guess that this company probably isn't in business anymore.
Why do you
because the
think
data that they lost was ITAR data, which is America's rules about their data, International Trafficking in Arms Regulation. If they decide they don't want to give you data anymore, and something like this happening would make them decide that, you don't get the data anymore.
You're
And
gone.
if you don't have the data, you can't do your job. So
I'm pretty sure that's what they use in War Dogs to sell all the guns.
Didn't watch it.
It was alright.
yeah, I don't get it.
It was like a Goodfellas ripoff.
The So yeah, I feel like there's a. If people stopped talking about hacking and just started saying, using a weak password,
There
people
was
would care
was
more.
some hacking going on as well.
Was
It
there?
sounded like
Yeah,
you
they-
physically
Yeah.
went into it.
Apparently, they used a tool that's very commonly used by Chinese
By
hackers.
Chinese, yeah.
Hmm.
There you go.
They got
So-
in. They got in through something.
I tried not to say it. It didn't happen.
Anyway,
Moving
just trying to
on
work out if that's
swiftly.
racist.
Right.
It definitely is.
Hey, my password is not password, so I'm good.
But my question is, so if the whole concept of hacking is so simple these days, or they're saying there's not much security around that, I think general public are normally concerned by their privacy and their metadata. We've recently had these conversations like in the news and that. If people can access information that's linked to our defense force, etc., how private are our devices or our yeah?
0.
I don't think they are at all.
I mean, I think like what Chris was saying. If you have a bad password, any system is built on the assumption that you've done what you're supposed to do to keep it safe.
But I think also, like, not thinking of hackers, thinking of, like, Telstra or Virgin. Like, they're taking everything I do. Like, I believe that nothing I do is private or...
Yeah.
So there is a bit of an onus on your service provider that they are also protecting your information.
Yeah. Which they say publicly they are, because they've in court resisted attempts by the government to get information off users. So like I don't know unless they were like faking it just as a marketing thing, but it seems like a crazy thing to go to court over. Remember when they wanted to like crack down on privacy and ISPs were resisting having to store all the data and all that sort of stuff? I mean,
They just want to sell it off and be
Like they say in Silicon Valley, the next big problem is going to be we're going to run out of space to put things on. So that's why they need to invent a better compression.
Ooh.
That's like the premise of the show, pretty much.
what show?
Silicon Valley.
Oh, I thought you meant literally. That's what they're saying in
I was just
Silicon
in
Valley.
Silicon Valley last week.
Okay, right.
But yeah, I do think that we do need some sort of cyber defense. I think that's the world is moving into a more cyber world, and I think attacks and things like that is more around data and information.
We hear a
so
lot
we do
about
have-
Russian hackers and Chinese hackers.
Yeah, so I think us picking up guns and that sort of thing is a thing of the past, and fighting in that way. I think now we do need to have different sort of defense forces where we're protecting information.
You still
Things
need the
like that.
guns. What they stole was
Yes, I'm
plans
not
for
saying
a gun,
I'm not saying
essentially.
I'm not saying laying down our arms, but take defense in all areas.
Yeah.
But that
So-
boat was probably controlled by a computer as well.
It seems like it's almost like everyone kind of needs
No,
to have.
it had a captain's chair.
This is kind of like paranoia, but you kind of almost have to have a mini escape plan if things do go south with like all your money's electric and stuff. Like,
Electronic,
yeah,
absolutely.
like if something goes really bad, you're pretty stuffed if you haven't like invested in like actual things.
Yeah, which is interesting because a lot of
You're like that guy in The Big Short, Brad Pitt's character. He wants to invest in seeds.
that's a good thing to invest in.
Is it?
Yes.
I've been playing Stardew Valley a lot, so I know how to farm really well. And I know the season cycle, I know everything.
All farmers train on video games.
Did you need to play a video game to know how the seasons work?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, crazy. Don't hack
But
me.
that's our cybersecurity.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was interesting because we always hear about Russian and Chinese hackers, but I mean, like, whoa, what are we hacking?
Yeah.
We must be hacking.
Everyone's hacking.
We're
everyone.
hacking someone. Our bloody census.
I hope so.
Our census got hacked. Remember that?
Yes, census got hacked.
Everything's gonna get hacked.
I don't think Australia has much of a cyber defense at the moment.
Yeah, that would be out of step with our general approach to things, which is
To have things.
build houses and dig stuff out of the ground.
Stop the boats.
Stop the boats. Climate change
Well,
is
if
going to be
anybody
good for
of
us because it won't get
significance
so
is
cold.
watching,
Defend us, please.
defend us,
We need the defenders.
and we need jobs.
Do you think that Marvel's Defenders needs a cybersecurity
Absolutely.
hero?
Absolutely. One big firewall.
Cyborg. He's defending stuff. He's in the internet there.
He exists in a different universe, though.
Well, you know. You know who did get uploaded to the internet?
Who?
Carnage.
What?
Red. You know Venom,
Yeah.
the red one. It's called Carnage. Lived in the internet.
He got
for a
into
little
the
while.
internet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe he'll save us.
Classic
But
desperate storyline.
he's kind of bad. So it's pretty relevant though.